my dear friends, in today's tutorial we will knit this lovely elf hat for babies or children. You can make it basically any size. If you want, you can make it for adults as well. This hat had this nice shape with this little I don't know, tip on the top of the head. It's cover ears of baby. This my hat is like for 3-6 months baby basically, and very nice bright color. And I will show you stitch by stitch how you knit it, and I am sure that everybody will be able to make it. We will learn this lovely cast on, which look very nice. You see, like double stitches here. We will learn to make I-cord and all the things you will be able to use for your other projects. You will see how to cast new stitches from side of your knitting. Anyway, you will learn some new techniques maybe, and in the final you will be happy owner of this lovely elf hat. Then let's stop talking and start walking. And my dear friends, before we start, I want to show you a little bit of theory, how we will proceed and how will our work look like and how well our work will go, because I like to people understand what they are doing. Then this how our hat will look. We will start our work from this line here, and we will go up doing this lovely pattern, creating these little angles, and this how our work should look in the final. Then we will sew here our work. This will be our back part of the head. Here will be a face part. Don't worry, it looks very small, but it's very stretchable here. Here will be our neck part. Then you see, with a one detail you will create your little hat. And you will start making your swatch. How you do your swatch? You just cast on 20, 25, 30 stitches. It's usually enough. And then you knit your principal pattern, which will be our 2-2-2 stitch, rib stitch. You, for example, have this part, yeah? You knit it with your tension, with your needles. In my case, I'm using ordinary acrylic yarn, and it was recommended to use needles number 4 millimeters needles. I don't know which is the size, but when I tried, my tension is very large. You know, I'm not doing very squeezy stitches. Then I decided for my project I will use stitches or needles number 3.5 millimeters. You can find any tables with sizes, English sizes, American sizes, whatever. I just will say you in millimeters. Then I'm using needles of 3.5 millimeters. What you do, you knit some little swatch, and usually you need to wash it after this, but for this small project I don't see any necessity in this. After that, you take your measure tape or measure stick, I don't know how it's called, and then you stretch your work like this, not for the end, but you stretch it and you measure you measure how many, you measure more or less like 4 inches or 10 centimeters. You see everything will depend of size of your swatch. And for example, I use centimeters because they are small, and I think it's easier and more accurate to do all my measurements. And what I do, I stretch it, because it's very stretchable pattern, you see. I stretch it and I measure like my 10 centimeters. After this, you can put your little English needles here, but I just see where I start when I finish, and I just see where I start my 10 centimeters and when it's finished. And after this, I count how many stitches I have in these 10 centimeters. Then, for example, I have like 22 stitches. It means that in 1 centimeter I have 2.2 stitch. You will understand. And then if I have a head, for example, 30 centimeters around, I will put for you the table with the sizes of children's heads. Attention please, quantity of stitches for this project need to be multiple to 4 and result need to be odd number. This is very important. And after that, I just multiply this number, for example, 22 stitches, 2.2 stitches in 1 centimeter. If I need 30 centimeters, I just multiply 30 centimeters by 2.2, and I have my like 66 stitches or whatever. You understand? It's very easy, and then you can count and you can create your projects for any size you wish. For example, if you need this head for 3 years old or 5 years old, you can count your own measurements, and you which will do for work for you, for your particular tension, for your particular needle size. And you know, you are absolutely independent when you learn to do this stuff. And yeah, I know that counting is not the most excited part of your project, but it's necessary. And you know, when you learn it, you will just do it like this in 5 minutes. And that's it, what I wanted to say on this stage. This how will our work look like, and I will show you everything in details. And take your needles, take your yarn, and let's start. Okay, it's time to start. For this project, I will cast on 60 stitches. Then I need to leave some long tail, and we will do it in some special way. We will do it double. Every 2 stitches will be joined together, and I will show you how I will do it, and you repeat with me. First stitch, we just turn our needle this way. Just go this way or this way. Anyway, it's more comfortable for you. This will be our edge stitch, and all stitches we will do now, they will be joined in group by 2, because we will use the 2 by 2 rib stitch. And the first stitch we do ordinary way, like I always shown you. Cross, enter, grab the yarn and tie it up. Our second stitch, we will go from inside here. Look, you turn your hand and you go inside and take this piece of yarn, and then you have a little loop on around your thumb, and then you grab this yarn and pull it through this loop. And here you have your 2 stitches with one little yarn around them. Let's repeat. First stitch you do ordinary way. Second stitch you'll go inside, grab your yarn, turn your thumb and pull it through. Again, 1 and second from inside, 2, 1 and second. Look, you just turn your thumb and you have a loop here, and you just pull your yarn through this loop. And here what you have in your needle, these little groups of 2. Then continue this way till you have your 60 stitches. The last stitch will be like ordinary one, and this will be our edge stitches. I'll see you in the end. Here my last stitch, 60, and here we have our first and last stitches and all groups of 2 in the middle. Next row will be our wrong side row, because I want these little groups on our right side. Then first row we are not counting for our work, and it will be our wrong side row. And what we will do now, we'll take our first stitch, and we are starting our rib stitch 2 by 2, starting with purls. We purl 2 and it's our wrong side, and then we knit 2, and just see that all your 2 need to be that groups of 2. You see on the other side, these all groups of 2 will be your groups of 2 as well. And continue like this till the end of the row and purl last stitch. And I'll see you in the next row. 2 knit, 2 purl. Okay, here we are. We made our first row, and now we turn our work and we are on our right side now. And we will continue with rib stitch 2 by 2 for 2 more rows, and we will start looking this like our first row will be. And you go one more time and come back, and on our right side we will have first 2 knit stitches and then 2 purls, and our first and last row will be always identical, because it's need to be symmetrical. And just check how many these little rows of 2 knit stitches you have. It need to be odd number. In my case, with my 60 stitches, if you do everything right, you will have 15 little stripes of knit stitches. You will understand it. After 2 rows I will come back to you. Here I am back, and after our 3 initial rows, then just observe your work. Your little tail will be on your left, and here will be your right side. Here will be your wrong side. You have these little groups of 2 getting out from one horizontal yarn, and I think it looks very nice, and it will secure your edge, which will go around the face of the baby in our case. And then now we will start to create our little corners, and we will do it every 3 rows. And now we will start counting like our first row, and look what you will do. First, just check how many of these little stripes you have. You need to have odd number. I have a 15 here because we need one central one, and then you can't have even number of these little stripes. Mine are 15 if you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And my work open with 3 knit stitches and finish with 3 knit stitches as well. If you're doing everything right, you should have the very similar picture. Then what we will do now, we see our stripes here of knit stitches, and what we will do, we will now eliminate this little stripe of pearls and create our first angle. What we will do, we will knit all these stitches, 3 knit, then we knit these stitches as well and knit next one, and then it will create our first angle here, and we will do the same thing on the final of our row. Okay, let's do it together. Then look, you knit your 2 first, then you knit your next ones, and you knit next 2 as well, and then you have without your, not counting your edge stitch, you have 6 knit stitches in the beginning of the row, and you need to have, and you continue here with your rib stitch, and then in the final, when you come here, you just knit again 6 stitches, and last one is edge one. After that, when you do this, you knit 2 rows more, and you knit all stitches as they go. You will knit on next row, you will purl 6 in the beginning and the end, and then in the next row you will knit them. You just go as they go, and this will be your pattern. You will do 1 row with changes, and then 2 rows as stitches go. Then I will finish this row and do 2 more, and I will be back with you. Here we're back. This is our right side. This is our first little angle here with our 6 knit stitches on the beginning, on the end of the row. I finish my row, I turn my work, and I want you to understand what are you doing and not be desperate about counting your rows or whatever. Now, every time, every 3 rows, we will eliminate 1 more of these little vertical lines, and this will be the picture which will you see every time before your first row with changes. You will have this line of purl stitches, and it's need to be 3 rows here because we will change it every 3 rows. Then when you see on the beginning of your row this 3 rows of purls, it will mean that in this row you will make your change. What you will do, you will create new angle with your knit stitches. You will find your next vertical line of knit stitches, which is this one in my case, and then you will knit all stitches till here, knit all of them, knit purls, creating creating this kind of line here with the knit stitches. Then let me show you. We came on this stage now, 3 rows. Don't forget, you will never lose if you understand what are you doing. Then you have this 3 rows. Then this row you will change this. We will change our pattern, and what we will do, we will knit all these stitches till our vertical line, and we will knit this vertical line and continue with a rib stitch till the end of the row. We will come here on the last 2 knit stitches, and after this we will knit all stitches which we have on our needle, right? Nothing complicated. Remember that your work needs to be absolutely identical from both sides. Then okay, we take one edge one. I always take edge ones and purl last one, and I don't count them in my pattern. Then I will knit all the stitches till my 2 knit stitches. You don't need to count anymore. I knit these 2, and after that I continue with my rib stitch. I go to knit to purl, to knit to purl, and when I come to the end, I probably better to come with you, okay? Just see you in a second. Okay, here we are on the end of the row. Here our last vertical line of knit stitches, and after this one we knit all of them, and I purl last one. Here we are. After this you turn your work and do 2 more rows with all stitches as they go. I'll see you on our next tangent row. You do 2 more, go and back, and I'll see you there. Okay, my friends, here we're back again, and now our pattern is starting to appear. We are again with the same situation. In the beginning and end of our row we have these 3 rows of purls, which means that now we will get another line here, and we will create our another corner, and we will continue this way, taking every 3 rows, making these little corners, and eventually on the final we need to come to our central line here, creating all these corners, and it will be from both sides. You see, I have now 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11, which means that we are going all right, and in the final we will have just this little line here. Let me just show you again what we will do when we come this point, and this will be your story for every 3 rows. Now we will, you don't need to count anymore. When you come to 3 rows of purls, you just knit all of them. Oops. Till you come to your 2 knit stitches, you knit them and continue as you go with your rib stitch, and here in the final, when you come to this 2 knit stitches, you knit everything after that, and you repeat it for you make 2 more rows as it go, and then you repeat this procedure till you come to the middle, always the same way. Every 3 row you make this little change, 2 more, and I'll see you when we come to the middle. Okay? Okay, my lovelies, here we are on our last row, and this is how our work needs to look like now. Our little rows of 3 everywhere, from right side, our wrong side. It looks very nice, it's very stretchable, and congratulations, we came to our last row. This is the picture which you should see now. It's like all purl stitches, and just central line here is our knit stitches. When we finish our 3rd row here, what we will do, we will knit our last row, just 1. We will not repeat it 2 next rows. Now we will knit all the way, just 1 row, all knit stitches, and after that we will make our invisible a sewing on the back part. I'll show you, you will love it, and you will use it for your other projects, and it will be our invisible seam behind. Then let's do our row of knit stitches. You knit all of them, just all of stitches through, you just knit, and see you in the final of the row. Okay, I prepare here my needle. We done our last row in knit stitch. Both your lines, your tails need to be on your left. This is our right side. Now we will need to make our sewing. We found the center of a head and just pull the cable in the middle, because we will sew it now stitch to stitch with our invisible seam. And you see, like, you measure kind of 3 times tail. I don't know where is my scissors, guys. I'm sorry for this. Okay, this is the way I put my line in. I just double it and pull it through. It's very easy. And now we have our both sides, which we will sew. Okay, you take your needle and here the stitch, the first stitch, and you just pull it through the first stitch. Don't pull it too tight. You need to control this way. Now we will go to the first stitch from our second and enter this way from behind to your front. Here we are. You don't need to take, then you turn your stitch and enter in your stitch again from from front to the back, and another stitch you just take from back to the front this way. Pull your yarn, but don't pull very tight. Now you need to control how you're doing your stitches, because it needs to be the same way as you are knitting. You go in this stitch where your line is going out and enter in it, and the next one you can take it out and you will see better what are you doing. And then you will repeat this. You will enter in previous stitch where your line is going out, and in the next one you just need to see them to not twist. And then you pull your yarn, but not pull too tight, because you will create this little snake which will go from one stitch to another. And look, here we are on our next one. You have your stitch, this one where yarn is going out, you enter this way, and then you go out from another stitch, and you can take it from your needle, and then you can control better your sewing. You see, here in the middle is your sewing. I know it's invisible. Then you found you another stitch where your yarn is going out, take it and take the next one. You see? Then you repeat from other side the same way. You just enter in previous stitch and take another one. And let me do a couple more and I will show you. Look, you just need to control how it looks like, and then you go again this stitch and the next one, and you continue like this. Just watch your sewing be in the same tension. And let me do a couple more and I will show you, because it will look amazing. Look, here I'm going. Here's our seam, absolutely invisible. It will look like it's the same stripe as others. And I just wanted to show you, if you will, don't panic if you will lost where you are and where you can go. You just pull a little bit your yarn and you will find the stitch where your yarn is getting out. You go this way and go opposite way. I just like to put my finger in the middle, then I can regulate my tension. And then the same thing, you just pull your yarn and see where it's coming from, and then you found it, this stitch, you get it and you get a next one, and your seam is in the middle, you see, and then you can regulate the tension, and you continue like this till the end. And I'll see you there. You see? Easy. Don't be terrified. And this looks amazing. Look. You don't you can't see actually where is your normal stitches and where is your seam here. See you in a second. Okay guys, here I am. Oh, my last stitch from both needles. Just attention here, this gone. Continue the same way, previous stitch and last stitch, and here we are. Just take this last one, and now needle inside. Look, here is our lovely seam, and here how we finish with our both stitches. And you just pull your needle in the middle and pull it inside, and now we need to make a little knot here. Just pull it, and then just give me a sec, it's very short now. I need to pull like this. Here you pull and you go in this little loop twice, and then tie it very well. You create a little knot here which will secure your thread, and then you just make a couple of more and you can cut it out. I don't know where is my needles, guys. You just make a couple of more, and then this how will look your head. This is our invisible seam. Look how it looks from both sides. You can't identify it as. And congratulations, we are almost done. Here's our little head, looking perfectly behind and in the front. And the next step is to do our neck part. I will see you there. Okay, my dears, here we are on our next step. Next step will be to put stitches here and form neckline. What I like to do, I take this little tail and I make a little knot with my yarn from ball, because I hate to hide tails, you know. How I do, I go with the left on top and then the same on top on other side, and then I pull it tight, very, very tight. And after this I cut it very short, like this, really short. I don't know where I put my small scissors and I have these giant ones. Okay, you just take one more look, and yeah, it will be a little bit of, but you can really cut it really short because it will secure. And now what we do, we take our needles and we look this part, and here will be our neck line. We see here all the stitches, 1, 2, 3, see our edge stitches. We will now take 2 stitches from every stripe here. It will be 2 stitches here, 2 here, 2, like we will take a stitch from every one of this little bride, you see, but we will do it some special way. Let me show you. We will take, you see that our first stitch, you pull this half which is closer to you. I'll call it front half, front loop, and after this you put it under the back loop of next stitch, and you pull your stitch here. It will be a little bit tricky. You can actually use the I pull it from under one and then under second one. You can use your crochet stick, crochet hook if you have it, and let's go next one. It will be the same. You will put under this one this loop which is closer to you, and under this back loop, and you put one and just put second, like this. It will make your edge nice, and it will make your stitches without any holes here. Let's do again. You take first and back, just pull it through. If you use crochet hook it will be easier, but I'm okay. And then the same stitch, you see, back and front, and then you make a stitch from every of these little bride, but you interlace them, and then you will have very nice edge from both sides. This will be your right side, this is your inside. It depends. If you would like to put this inside, you just start from other edge and go here the same way, right? I like this little bride here. It will be kind of decorative element. And here we go in, and I'll see you on the final of the row. Okay, here I am. I put my stitches on needle, and I have now 42 stitches here. This is how looks my right side, and this is how looks my wrong side. Now I will knit all stitches here. I will put my yarn under the needle behind. Oops. And I will knit all stitches. All of them knitting, and knit them quite tight, because we will need to push this line smaller, and next row we will do our decreases. Knit in all this row, and see you on the next one. Okay, dears, here we made our row of knit stitches. Now we are on the back side, and now we will make our 2 to 2 rib stitch, but we will make some decreases, and we will decrease every stitch in every 4 stitches, like every 4th and 5th stitch we will knit together. And let me show you, it's very easy. We will start here with 2 purls and then 1 knit stitch, and the second knit stitch we will knit together, 2 together, just this way. Every 4th stitch we do 2 together, 1, 2 purls, 3 and 4th 2 together, and continue like this. 1 purl, 2 purl, 3 knit, 4th knit, 2 together, 2 purls, 2 knit, and every second knit stitch you do 2 together. 1, 2, and I'll see you in the next row. Here I am on the final, and I finish with I supposed to finish with 2 purls, but I will knit last one because I want to create these little knots on my laterals, and I just pull my yarn back under my needle, take it out, and continue doing my rib stitch for a couple more rows. Okay, here I am. I made a couple of more rows. Let me count from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I made 5 rows, and now I will turn my work. I'm on my wrong side now, and we will cast off stitches. I will cast off just normal way. Take first one, purl, purl, and pull it through. Knit next one and pull it through. Just ordinary cast off. Don't pull it too much because we need it be a little bit stretchable, you know. But yeah, continue this way, and I'll see you on the final. And don't cut your yarn when you finish. I'll show you why. Okay, here I close my stitches, and I came in the final, and I said to you to don't cut your yarn. Why? You will see now. I have here my lateral, and we will make our little I-cord for make a lace, because we need lace from both sides, and we will continue here. Look, I have these 3 little knots which I created with my last stitch, and I will take my stitches. Actually, it's better to take stitch as it purl stitch. You take from all of them, just purl it. If you need, you can put your another needle here, for example, yeah, and just knit it. Turn your work, and now we will do I-cord. I would like to make I-cord in 3 stitches, not 4. Then I will now show you how I will work it. And my first row, I will take this one, knit this one, and knit these 2 together. Here we are. Now I am ready to make my I-cord. How I do it? I just pull my needle now without turning my work. You see, my yarn is on my left. And now I just knit all 3 again without turning my work. And just pull my needle and continue this way. From back, 1, 2, and 3. Pull it through. Don't turn your work. And continue. 1, 2, 3. You can ask me what I do if my needles are normal ones. You can use your socks needles. You just pull this like this. But if you have some normal needles, look what you do. You knit your 3 and then you put them all back on your left needle, and you do all again. 1, 2, 3, and you put them all back and continue this way. If you have needles like mine, you just pull it and continue. What is this? And let me show you how you get your little I-cord. This is what you have from all sides. It's like a little round cord. If you don't think that 3 stitches is enough, you can do your I-cord in 4 stitches. It's okay, it's up to you. I will continue here, and then you just do the same thing from other side. See you later. Okay, here I am. I made this I-cord. I hope it's enough. And what I do now, I will turn my stitches and just knit them together. And then I will cut my yarn and pull it through my only stitch here. Here we are. And what I can do here, I can put my needle, pull it through inside, and just pull my little edge, my little tail inside, and here we are. Just put it in. You can cut this little one, but I will pull it inside. That's it. Hope it will live there. If you don't want to hide the tail, you can just make it a little bit longer and just make a knot. I don't like knots on my little I-cords. And what we do on the other side, we will do the same thing. First, to be identical, we will pull 4 stitches from the back side. Let's do it the same way. Just let's make it like pearls. 1, 2, and 3. Just take it with your needle. 3, and take one more from here. 4. Turn your needles and let's do 1, 2, and 3, 4 together. And on this stage, what I like to do, I like to make little knot here with my work yarn and a little tail I had, and then I know that it will never run nowhere, and we can hide it after. And continue the same way, pushing through my needles and go 1, 2, 3, pull it and continue. And then when you finish, you do the same thing and your little elf head will be ready. See you soon. Guys, here I am. Second cord done. I need to turn. I turn them, go back and knit all 3 together. And then I cut my yarn and just pull it through and pull tight. Okay, last thing to do, the same thing. I'm sorry by repeating stuff, but I'm so excited that we finally finished. I just can't wait to show you what we've got. And just go other way and pull it through. And here we are. The thing is inside. And voila! Our little hat is ready. Woohoo! Congratulations! Now I need to find some little head somewhere to show you how it looks. It looks amazing on head and very funny. And the next thing we will do, a little snood scarf to combine with this. Now just need to hide this little tail. You can pull it inside as well. And congratulations, I hope that you love to do this hat. It's easy and very nice. And please, if you make some, send me pictures. I have my Instagram down there. You can send me messages there with pictures of your work, and I will be very happy to receive some news from you. Okay, darlings, that's it. Hope you liked the tutorial. Hope you learned some new interesting techniques, and see you in the next video.